All right, hello, Rellers. This is Miss Pena, one of your counselors. And this video is going to give you some information on our upcoming PSAT test we have on November 16th. It'll be on a Wednesday, and we'll be testing from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So, what is the PSAT and its benefits? The PSAT is a practice test in preparation for the SAT. This helps you prepare for the ACT, which you will be taking during high school. And why is this important? Because universities use these SAT scores for admission. So, if you're trying to get into a university, this will help your chances of getting into one of those colleges or universities. Your scores can also help you earn scholarships, right? Sometimes our universities and careers can get expensive when we're trying to pay for school, so it can be an opportunity for you to get a scholarship. Yay, free money. That always helps us, especially when we're trying to build our future career. So for all of these careers, guys, example, teacher, astronaut, scientist, computer web designer, different things that are out there, you do need some type of college education, either university or a short-term college program, and this PSAT will help you get there. So how is this going to help as well is to recognize our strengths. Okay, so once we take the test, you'll get your scores back and you can see what it is that you need to work on. Explore future careers and choose high school courses. This will also help you because you can see where you are at and see which high school courses will help you to advance either in your math areas or your reading and writing areas that can help you to achieve a better score in the future. So it's going to measure what you've already learned in the areas of math, reading, writing, and language. And you might see some questions that you're not a little too familiar with as well. They're trying to see overall where your levels are at of math, reading, writing, and language. So here's a timeline of what the PSAT testing looks like. For 8th and ninth graders, we'll start with PSAT, which is, a little bit more of a practice session. It's not really going to count as far as sending it to universities. Some universities will get your scores. So if you do really great on this, they're going to start seeing, hey, you know what? This kid did really great. The student deserves a chance to go to one of our top universities. So they will be reaching out to you if you do really well, and they have some ideas of scholarships that they can offer you. Okay. In 10th grade, you'll be taking another one, the PSAT. 11th grade, 11th grade, you'll take the actual SAT that will be sent out to colleges for early admissions, and then your senior year as well. So what does this test look like? This test is about 3.5 hours. You guys took a similar version last year as seventh graders, okay, as a practice. So this year you're going to be taking it officially as eighth graders. So the first portion is a reading test. You guys get a 5-minute break, and then writing and language. Then you move on to the math section. There's two math section. One has no calculator. You're not allowed to use it. And then the next math section, you do get to use a calculator. You get another 5-minute break. And then the last part is a variable section where we'll just have some different types of questions. And it should take about us 3 to 3.5 hours. The questionnaire that you see here on top, we're going to be taking that this Thursday during den time, and I'll give you some more information on that. All right, so some important reminders. Our testing date again is November 16th. It is on a Wednesday, so make sure you are here at school. Our pre-administration session will be this Thursday during den time. So make sure you guys bring your Chromebooks fully charged. And the testing time, again, for the actual test will be from 8:30 to 12:30. You can start looking for your testing room rosters in the hallways. You're not going to be with your first period or with a specific teacher that you have. There's going to be rosters in the hallways, and that's the classroom that you're going to report to. This Thursday, like I said, we're going to do kind of like a practice session where you're going to go to your testing room. There's some questions that you have to input there, and that way we're already ready for the actual testing date. Okay. So everybody on their Chromebooks should have this secure testing browser at the end of the video. If you can please check and make sure that you have it. If you don't have it, let your teacher know so they can send us an email with your name. So it's similar to when you guys log into map testing or when you log into the STAR testing portal, you have to log out of the computer and then you look on your apps and you look for secure test browser. And it's a little blue square, and I believe it has like a little lock on there. That's the one that you're going to use to log in for the PSAT. So when you log in, you're going to have a testing ticket that your teacher will provide for you. The testing ticket will have your name, your registration number, which is what you're going to be putting in to be able to sign in that day. Some of the tools that you guys will have available, since it is online this year, you're going to be able to see the clock. There's going to be a timer per section. You'll be able to flag any questions that you want to go back to. You'll have the calculator when it is the section with the calculator. You'll have highlighter, a section to make notes. You'll also receive scratch paper from your teacher if you'd like some. The strike through if you're trying to do the crossing out of the responses, you can zoom in, zoom it, and zoom out. Some more important reminders. Once the test is over for each section, you cannot go back to another section. So whatever you get done in that section is what is going to count. There's no penalty for guessing or blank responses, guys. So make sure that you are doing make sure that you are responding as much as you can, because they're going to do the rights only scoring. So they're only going to score the questions that are correct. So it is best to choose the best answer that you think it is, because it can possibly help you out. Okay, make sure to use your process of elimination. Try your best, but don't stress out too much. Like I said, this is kind of like a starting process to see where we're at, and then you get better as you go through high school. That way, when you take the actual SAT test for college admission, you'll do so much better. This is a practice test to help you prepare for the future. If you look into your Google Classroom, you know how we all have our Google Counselors Classroom. We're going to be posting these, or they're already on there, these two flyers with more information. You can scan the codes. You can click on the links to help you out. Oh, actually, one is for teachers, sorry. The one on the right, this is the one for students, and it has some information for you and your parents, and you guys can see some practice questions, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you the testing, what it would look like on that day. So you're going to, once you log through the testing browser, you're going to see the directions page. Then the teacher's going to have to admit you into the session, just kind of like how you guys do with map testing. And then there are some sample questions here. So let's see. So for example, this is a language or reading question, sorry. And for this one, you would read the passage, and then there's the responses here. Okay, so passage and then question. Up here on the right corner, you have your reference. If you need to see it for math questions, you have the calculator that's embedded for you. Here it is. And then we have, if you want a note section, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so that's an example of a reading question. Let's see the next page. Some more reading questions. I want to get to the math questions. Let's see. Okay, so this is a math section. So it shows you some reference materials. Here are some examples, okay, of what they'll look like. And like I said, if you haven't seen this, maybe you haven't covered it before, that's okay. Don't stress. Now you can get an idea of what it's going to look like for the next years when you actually, need to apply yourself a lot more than what you are for this one, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and exit this. But if you are interested in some more practice, you're going to go to digitaltesting.collegeboard.org, and I'll include those links in here on the Google Classroom. And then there's a student section, preview student digital test experience. And this is where you can log in as a guest and you can complete those sample questions. You guys are 8th grade. And then you start. You can change the font size, select, start, and this is where you would get all of the practice questions, okay? But if you have any questions or you're unsure of anything, please ask your teacher or stop by the counseling center for more information. Just remember, guys, each and every one of you has a bright future ahead. It's never too early to start planning, and PSAT is a great place to start. Once we get our scores, we can see where we're at. You can come and stop by, and we can check out what kind of scholarships you can apply for with different SAT scores in the future. Okay, we're always here to support you guys. We believe in you, and we know that you have bright futures, college, university, or some type of long-term career. So we know that you will do excellent. So be on the lookout for your testing classroom. They're going to be posted in the main hallway and the cafeteria. That way you guys can see where you'll be testing. Remember, we're doing a practice session on Thursday during den time this Thursday. And then the actual test will be again on Wednesday, November the 16th. Okay. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching.